What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Quick 60. Today I'm going to give you my top play for tomorrow. I wish I could have made a video. I was busy with football and basketball as well down in Texas coaching, but I really liked the Vikings. They're one of my sleeper teams. Unfortunately, I had that tough loss against the Lions, crazy loss, but I definitely thought that they were going to beat the Steelers, and I won a little bit of money on that as well. I didn't expect Dalvin Cook to play, but he did. I don't think the Vikings needed him to, carry the ball 30 times almost for 200 yards, but, it is what it is. Hopefully he's good for next week. So my play for this week, kind of scary just because I don't trust Urban Meyer. He blows it sometimes, but I have the Jags at home plus 8.5 against the Titans. So, we'll see what Todd Downing, the offensive coordinator for the Titans, can muster up. He's getting Julio Jones back on offense, so this might look like, the Titans are going to blow away with it. But without A.J. Brown and Derrick Henry, they haven't scored more than, I think, 13 points a game the last two games. So, Titans are only giving 8.5 to the Jags, and they only scored 13 points the last two games without Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown, then, that's what I'm taking. Also, the Jags, they're getting back their best corner, Griffin, as well. So he should be back. So that's huge for the Jaguars as far as he can match up on Julio. And, Julio, it's not the old Julio from the Falcons where he's getting 1,200 yards receiving and 12 touchdowns a season. So, he's kind of banged up. He'll produce a little bit here and there. It's kind of like the Larry Fitzgerald now. So it is what it is. He can still, draw safeties over the top and stuff like that to open up other holes, but he's not as dominant as he once was. Also, another reason why I like the Jaguars is obviously you don't have Derrick Henry back there. Foreman and company will have to handle the running load, but Tannehill's not going to be able to just sit back in the pocket either. The Jags have the 11th best pressure rate in the NFL, which is pretty good. The linebackers aren't terrible for the Jaguars, so we'll see what happens with that. It'll be interesting to see if that Titans right side of their offensive line can hold up against the Jaguars. The Jags middle defense doesn't defend the middle of the field very well, but you don't really have a running back that runs those Texas angle routes. You don't have a huge tight end threat from the Titans, so that's not too big of an issue because the Titans don't exploit that very well. Trevor Lawrence, however, struggled last week mightily. I think he could have thrown 3 interceptions, but the Rams dropped, I think, almost all of them. But, he was facing the Rams, so they're a very daunting defense. The Titans, they're not as daunting as them. The Titans' run defense is better than their pass defense. But like I said, actually the Jaguars, I think they have a better receiving core right now than the Titans because the Titans have, Westbrook and some other guys too. I can't even remember who they have right now at the time, but they have Chenault, the Jaguars do. They also have, other receivers that they can rely on as well. Looking at the depth chart, they have Laquan Treadwell and Marvin Jones as well. So that's going to help mightily. And I think that they'll be able to exploit that because, like I said, it sucks that Caleb Farley couldn't really play this year because that would have helped out that Titans secondary. But the Titans, if they lose this game, I like the Colts right now where they're at, and the Colts are playing a lot better football. Yeah, the Colts are in a dome, but now the Titans don't have Derrick Henry. The Colts are prime for defense and running the football in January football weather. So we'll see what happens with that. But I like the Jags plus 8.5. I'll be back on later today to give you a few more games and updates, guys. But y'all have a good weekend. Peace.